What's up, YouTube? This is Morbid Nexus, and I'm here with.
Johnny Santos.
And what did you do?
This is a back-to-back locals with Pure Rice. First place.
First place?
8 rounds, pretty much. Yeah, undefeated. I went undefeated for like 3 locals in a row, but I didn't win that one because I drew. Technically undefeated, I drew. But yeah, so if you could argue that it's 11, like at least 11 rounds undefeated or something like that. But yeah, just pure. There's different variants, obviously, of Rice Hill everywhere. And this was like the only pure version at the time at our locals. And yeah, I think it definitely had a better matchup against the other variants in the format.
Okay, let's see what you got.
Yeah, so a lot of it is standard, but then we'll start with the main deck. I keep it very simple. I think a deck like this is more mid-range, kind of like focus on doing your board and start picking apart the opponent and not go for like big OTK and things like that, and just like play with the goal is to play with the field, but if your opponent can out the field, play with your hand and then have follow-up so you can continue to set up the same field pretty much and continue to stop the opponent as soon as possible if they don't scoop. So we'll start with the standard, nothing new here, nothing crazy. We'll go 3-3, 1 node with a 3 Bonfire. That's standard for everybody, pretty much. Some people I know, some people are cutting 1 sword. I don't agree. We know that, but I think most people, let's just say 95% of people are on 3 sword. Standard, nothing there. And then with the plugging, it's pure. Now here, anybody can debate that you could, for a lot of pure versions, you can play the cross. Many people are playing especially at the bigger events, you're playing cross. If I play at a big event, if this is for a regional or a YCS, I would definitely play the second cross because we play the sires, but we still side deck cross going second with 2 cross. So I'm considering it might be the 41st card. So, but pretty much this is the standard for Rice Hill pure, and then with 3 desires, 1 prosperity. Don't worry about this. A lot of people ask me, are you worried about playing 3 desires, 1 prosperity with 1 cross? And I will say out of like 10 times, let's just say 10 times, that if that in a month that I've banished this card with this, it only came up once. The other ones were still win. At that point, when you desire, you're usually desiring to dig into stuff, and you know if they negated the drive and you couldn't get to this, and you have to desire to continue to like set up board, you Tornado Dragons, drive and Resonator. You should win. We have Solemn Strikes, we have hand traps. That's the point about pure. You don't rely on this card and the board. You play with your hand and do with the non-engine. Okay, so yeah, don't worry about it. I think big events I will play the second one. Yeah, so no issues here. Also for non-engine, but I call it like more like part of the engine in a way. I've decided lately to play 2 crossouts instead of Call by the Grave and 2 talents. So everybody and their mom is playing talents, which is great. I play 2. I don't want to see multiples. I never see multiple. I always see 1, and it's amazing. It's a 6 card, obviously drawing into it. So yeah, the format calls it. I think everybody should play talents in every deck. But the crossout is the deck has a little bit of inconsistency issues. We know that pure or any version actually. That's why a lot of Mitsurugi players and Fiendspit are bricking at times, or they only see 1 engine. So crossout is allowing me to play freely and literally guarantee like 9 out of 10 game 1s I win it, if not 10 out of 10. And that's why I put it in. Since it's been more efficient since I added the crossouts in the main, I play it. In the mirror, it becomes like a pseudo Omni, because if they have an X, you can just flip it, and then if you go off and they still want to play because they have like board breakers, or 1 board breaker non-engine, or an X, so they want to like try to break your board or aggregate the detonator, this becomes an Omni, and then at that point it should be GG. But yeah, the point of this is just to play. Guarantee my first one. I love playing. I don't want to like not play for my opponent plays first, so that's the goal of this. I don't think I've taken crossouts at all out of my main deck since play. Game 2s I do take them out, so just going second, so just in case. Last non-engine, non-hand trap, it's Solemn Strikes. I want to play 3. One of the best cards in the deck. Everybody knows. A lot of people are on 3. Some people are on 2, and a lot of people are not playing it, but I think more people are starting to figure out because of the shout-outs to Sentinel, at least some of the bigger players playing at YCS and stuff, they think a lot of people are looking at those deck profiles and they're actually starting incorporating things like this. Some strike is GG. If you see a turn 1, it's GG. You're gonna get anything from graveyard, hand trap. Yeah, simplified game state is amazing. If you're trying to come back and they have a nip, they have a engravers and things like that. So now for the engine, for the hand trap ratio, sorry, I played 15 hand traps, I believe. And these are the hand traps that I have for locals. To try to, depending on how locals been, but this is trying to hit cover as much as possible I can at locals. So I decided to go with 3 Ash, 3 Baylor, 3 Impern, those 3 standards, I don't change those at all. And then now with the other ones, I had 2, decided to go with these, and then with this ratio. So the reason why these 2, I feel like Nip, it's really good, but Nip is great in different matchups, but it's not great. Like in the mirror, if you don't have another hand trap, like they're gonna get to the dual drive and get cross. So this is dead. So I want to see this with like 2, or this with 1 is enough usually, because if it's this combination, or this combination, they can extend. A lot of players get greedy, so you can extend on the mirror, and then you can still catch them on Nip because unless they hard draw cross, which is very unlikely. Draw in the mirror is great. Any version of Mitsurugi, Fiendsmith, Pure. Even including the caches, the cache player, if they start with like, yeah, so it's great. And then 2 bestials, because still we gotta respect, Fiendsmith, we gotta respect Malice, still the locals and everything. Even though our locals have gone away a little bit from the Malice specials, there's only like 2 players playing Malice currently at our locals, 2 or 3. But yeah, for bigger events, I think I'm loving this ratio, and also because of Chaos Hunter, a lot of people are still playing D-Barrier ever since Blue Eyes, and I think a lot of times this route, if I have it, this route to go Chaos Angel, sorry, when they D-Barrier you, it's still very, very, very good. Also for Blue Eyes, there's a pandemic of Blue Eyes at our locals, obviously competitive and casuals, so definitely it's good. I don't want to see multiple, so we always guarantee that we search the other one in entrance and we break boards. So that's the hand trap ratio. That's a little explanation behind it.
Deck count is what?
40, I believe.
40. Okay.
Yeah, 40, I believe. Yeah, okay. So 40. Been contemplating to play 41 with second cross. Extra deck is pretty much. Let me double check something. Yeah, so extra deck is standard for the most part. I just play like 2 different cards. One card that not a lot of people are on it right now, but Pure, but it comes up, so that's why I'm playing. Again, this is for locals. It was 8 rounds pretty much undefeated, so I was trying to like make the deck as suited as possible to beat everybody at locals. So just standard, 2, and then we go 2 Eclipse, 2 Twins, and then this is standard for everybody except some Fiendsmith players. So yeah, this is stuff, and then a lot of people, one of the MVPs of the extra deck lately because of Blue Eyes, ever since Blue Eyes became a thing, Tornado Dragons. A lot of times the Detonator and Tornado Dragon going first is more than enough, so it helps a lot. And yeah, so sometimes you Tornado Dragon pop, clear field, then you just do this after that, which has come up a couple times. You Typhon, and it comes clutch, so that way you get rid of like 2 for 1. Yeah, so we'll do this. I gotta put Typhon here real quick. It's been MVP lately. There's a lot of simplified game state scenarios where the opponent has all the outs, and you just go this and you break boards. Somebody the other day, a Blue Eyes player, summoned a Dragoon, and something else, I forgot what it was, and then I just kind of like try to bait everything. And once I baited the Dragoon effect, I just went like this. I slapped this, catch it, and then just pretty much poke, and then he didn't have anything else because I was able to play with the hand traps in hand. Standard Baguska, standard Exciton, Dweller, same thing. Dugars as well. Often Detonator this, Detonator this, with cross, drawing off a cross, drawing 3, pitching, it comes up actually. So you can dig in through some structure, more hand traps in the Pure. And yeah, you kind of like secure the win, the W, the dub in game 1. So yeah, it's random, but it comes up. The last 2 that I'm playing that not everybody necessarily playing, some people on the Chaos Hunter, they're still playing Bestials. But then this one, the For Hire, it comes up because, so everybody knows, with Nib, with Token, we can't play. Since I play Bestials, it actually comes up because a lot of times we drew on their turn, or we mag, get the drew. And if we don't need to use the drew on our turn or in their turn, we just keep the mag. If we have a drew, we just like when we have an X, we just clear the board, pop, and then now we can X, and then it comes up a lot of times. When I wasn't playing this card initially, like over a month ago, there was many scenarios where I was stuck with a Nip token, with a Bestial, a couple times this, still this, and then at this point, this wasn't giving me any advantage. So I needed a way to get rid of this because my only engine was X, and I needed to, expand. So yeah, at times you break board, boom, in this stays. The next turn you just get rid of it, boom, pop each other, and then you go X and you go try to go for seal the game. So yeah, that's why that. And then the side deck again for locals, since we haven't had as many Malice lately, I just went for the 3 Lancia. Before, if it was a regional, I think I will play Chaos Hunter. I like 2 Chaos Hunter. I played it for a couple case tournaments. Helps, but for now, just 3. That's the only thing I'm. And then kind of like you can argue that also this for Malice. Again, I'm playing a hand trap build. So yeah, it feels good seeing these 5 or some of these 5 against Malice. Against Blue Eyes, still this with the 2 in the main deck. It puts so much pressure, and I guarantee that they, for the most part, they don't play. Those are the only hand traps in the side deck. For the mirror, I'm playing Board Breaker pretty much. Playing the 2 Ultimate Slayers. Some people have been maining it. I think big events is smart to main it. Locals, I don't think it's, because you're gonna face a bunch of different things until you get to the top tables. But yeah, this, the 3rd one, the pseudo 3rd one, just because I want to see other stuff as Harpies. If I play Lightning Storm, you want to see this and other things. It's come up a couple times actually that I already do this and this. And I've had a weak hand with 1 starter, and I Slayer and the mirror, and then either they hand trap me in the side or did something, and then if they have a Beast or something, I can definitely go with this. I've gotten actually a Bonfire and continue to play. So with weekends, I've actually gotten Bonfires many times. And I haven't lost a game that I searched Bonfire off of this. Obviously, talents, stuff like that. Again, for the mirror, I want to main this card. I want to rank this card, not only because of the mirror to flip face down the detonator, but it comes up. It's another. I call it as a. I named this also like as cross out detonators, because it guarantees you that if we go first, obviously we go. If we only have 1 starter, ice, you go. That they imperm, they veil it. You obviously kind of like Flu used to do. So flip it face down, and then you continue to go off. A lot of people still hold it for the drive, which is correct. But if they hold it for the drive, same thing. You detach. You attempt to detach if they have it. You go here and they resolve and go off. So yeah, I want to main it. Maybe in the future soon I'll main it and then move Eclipse for the side deck. Yeah, so that's the reason why it's great going first. So yeah, Harpies as the other target, especially for the mirror, Malice, anything Blue Eyes, blow everything. And then the last 4 cards, going first cards. Some people are gonna laugh. We'll go Triple Judgment. I think a lot of people are in Judgments, but the last card, we have an inside joke. We have inside jokes about this card. I'm the anti-Floodgate player, but this is the 1 Floodgate in my life that I've actually played. And I started incorporating it. It actually worked twice. It worked in the mirror against. Shout out to Alec. It worked against him. He drew 4 spells. He drew Slayers, Thrust, Talent, and Bonfires, I think it was, and then it worked against somebody else. I think shout out to Chase. It worked against Chase in the final again. Again, he had Board Breakers. That's the point. That's the main thing. Secured everything and played with the hand traps. Take a bunch of the spells from the main deck and just like anti-spell. If you dig through it with Cross, Pot of the Sires, Pot of Prosperities, or a Dugaris, try to dig for it and then find it. If not, it's not a win con. We'd rather see this actually. And that's pretty much it for locals. Yeah. So.
All right. Any shout outs you want to give before we get out?
Shout outs to everybody. Shout outs to everybody at locals, outer locals. Shout out to these 2 top judges, Austin here at every regional in the Midwest. Matt behind the camera, Morbid Nexus. Shout out to Joel for recording our locals and big events. Dan for the car shop. And my boys. And pretty much that's it. Yep.
Shout out to No Puerto Rico.
Shout out Puerto Rico. Shout out to Brian. I forgot about